We're boxing fans here with Darren Till. Darren, we've just seen one of your own, Liam Smith, just put out a performance of his career against Chris Eubank Jr. in devastating fashion. Talk to me about that, man. That was devastating, man.
It's like I did expect it, and I didn't expect it because I know what Liam does in the gym. So the rumours get around Liverpool and obviously the north and the south of England, and he's a devastating boxer in the gym. You know, he stops a lot of people, a lot of top high level sparring partners, and obviously we all know Chris Eubank Jr. stays in shape year round. He's a phenomenal boxer. He's fast as hell. He's got the time and the speed on point. But everyone was asking me tonight, I got stopped about, I'd say 1,000 times. Oh, what you taking? I said, oh, stop it, Liam. But I said it with a little bit of courtesy. I don't know, obviously I knew Liam was going to win, but at the same time, I didn't expect him to stop him that early. So it's a little bit of a surprise for me as well, because I do rate Chris Eubank Jr. as a boxer. But as I say, it's just one of them things again that goes back to with Beefy. He's one of the most underrated boxers on planet Earth right now. So I think he needs to start getting the credit he deserves.
I'm not going to make any excuses, because obviously Liam's just fought out of his skin, done what he's done, because we know Liam's at that level. But for Chris, if there is any excuses, he had to boil down to a weight that he didn't want for Conor Ben.
Yeah, of course.
Then he's had to come back and forth. You know about weights, and we've seen it well documented with yourself, Darren. Can that play a part with your punch resistance especially?
Yeah, it can. It can play a part with the punch resistance and the chin resistance. I'm not going to make any excuses myself, but I mean, fighting's fighting. You know, I got knocked out in front of my home crowd in London, and I know there's a few factors that factor into that fight, but I didn't come out to the fight saying, oh, it's because of this, because of that. At the end of the day, you get beat, you know what I mean? So it's the same thing. Chris Eubank Jr. took the fight, he got beat, fair and square, Beefy won the fight. But yeah, you could say, oh yeah, factoring down with the weight and obviously chin resistance, punch resistance, stuff like that. I mean, if he wants to initiate his rematch clause, he can. Do I think it's worth doing that? No, I don't. But if he does it and then they fight at, let's say, a higher weight, I think, what was Liam was saying then? He was 157?
Yeah, 157 is going down to the weight that Chris boiled down to.
Yeah, what weight?
He's at 160 right now.
160, so he's saying 160 or something, a little bit over. So if they want to fight at that weight, I think that could be better actually for Liam anyway. Because Liam can take the shots and he can actually. Liam doesn't step back. He's not like one of them fighters open. He comes forward, he takes shots, he laughs his head off. You know, he smiles and he absorbs to give, and he's conditioned to do that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm not a boxing expert, but I know about fighting. I've been fighting all my life, 20 years. I'm one of the best strikers on earth. So obviously I can give me analysis on that. So I wouldn't like to see a rematch, but if he does initiate the rematch clause and he does initiate it at a higher weight, then we'll see. Because Chris Eubank Jr. is a phenomenal boxer. That does have to be said.
They're talking about Anfield. That's going to be a big night in Liverpool, right?
I would like to see it. I really would, but if Liam is to do it, and let's say Liam and Callum as well, I might even jump in and have a little box night, but I would like to see a different type of challenge, just because I don't know, I don't think the fans would get as hyped for Beefy Chris Eubank Jr. too. I think there's got to be a new horizon.
What about Beefy versus Golovkin?
Yeah, I think that's probably I think Beefy Canelo, I think that's not the fight right now. Obviously Beefy's fought and gave a terrific performance. I think Beefy Golovkin, GGG he's actually my favourite fighter of all time ever, of the years, this, that, the other, etc, etc. He's my favourite fighter. So if Beefy fought him, I'd have to be on the fence because I'm that much of a fan. But yeah, I think that's probably the fight to make. Because Beefy's still got the punch. GGG's still got the punch. He's still got the punch. He still trains like an animal. I watch his YouTube channel and his fight training footage every day of the week. I'm obsessed with GGG. I love him as a fighter. Him and Manny Pacquiao are my two favourite fighters. And there's two different styles. But so that's probably the fight, and then Callum, you could possibly argue for the. I mean, Callum Smith is one of the best fighters on planet Earth. There's Chris Eubank going past us now. So obviously a little wounded, hurts to lose, but it's the name of the game. It's not an easy game.
100%. But you see that online where fans are abusing Darren. Like you've had it as well, and you know how much of an effect it can have on your mental side as well. You're human at the end of the day.
It's tough losing on the big stage, you know. I know Chris Eubank Jr. said a lot this week to Liam. It hurts what he said to Liam, and Liam said a lot to him, but at the end of the day it just hurts losing. No one else is in there in that ring, it's only you. referee and someone else. So I see him there, he's shaking hands with people he doesn't really want to shake hands with. It's tough, man. You got to feel for the guy, but you know, one day you're the hammer, one day you're the nail, and that's just the way life is. People need to start realising that that's just the way life is. One day you're the hammer, one day you're the nail.
Exactly that, especially in combat sport, right? I do want to talk about one of UFC's fighters who's been released, who wants to come into boxing now, Francis Ngannou. Talking about, and I talked to Callum Southland, he goes, listen, we're interested in signing this guy, we want him fighting. Can Francis Ngannou do something in the boxing field?
I have to give a bit of an analytic speech here now. Ngannou is probably the hardest puncher on the planet Earth right now. For me, he's probably the most dangerous man. But he can't really box. Like, he's not the best boxer. He can throw punches, but if he gets in with someone like a Derek Chisora, Dillian White, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, you don't even have to talk about. I mean, it's not real. I love Francis. Me and Francis get along. I speak to him a lot. He's a good guy, but I just don't think. I don't know. I think he'd need another 1 or 2 years to get really prepared. He can't just jump straight in with someone like, let's say, Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora, okay, he comes off 1, 3, 4 losses, something like that, but Derek Chisora is still a brilliant boxer and comes and he brings the fire. So, I mean, it's a payday, but what does Francis Ngannou want to do? What does he want to get paid, or does he want to win boxing fights?
Darren, I know it's been a bit of a tough one for yourself recently, obviously, not going the way you wanted in your last fight. What's next for yourself? Because a lot of fans are still interested in you. Of course,
you've just got to train hard. You've got to never stop. I'm 30 now. I feel like I'm in the prime years of my career in MMA. That's what they say. So you've just got to never stop. And it's not how you start. It's how you finish.
When can we expect you out next?
3 months.
So not UFC 286?
No. I'll be a viewer.
Yeah.
One of them. One of them.
Hopefully see you out there then. Darren Till, it's been a pleasure talking to you. So thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you very much so much.